just going to talk about staying motivated and test anxiety. So I started studying in October, and right away, I had a big jump in my score, just learning the basics, and that was great for my motivation. So I started studying 8 to 12 hours a day, which was insane, and I don't recommend. I quickly burn out, and then my test score started going backwards. And that was so unmotivating. Um, I had no motivation to keep going, and I really struggled. So if any of you can relate, I'll share with you a few things that I did that helped me. So number one was following a schedule, just like having a map of like what I needed to do really helped. And then creating a routine. So I would work about 4 days a week. So when I came home from work, I would find that I would have dinner and then just watch Netflix until I was too tired, and then I'd go to sleep. So I started a routine after work. So I'd come home, have dinner, and then I would make sure I study for 2 hours. And that way, when I got tired or I got distracted, it was fine and you already studied. And three, treat yourself. So I rewarded myself for studying by watching whatever I wanted afterwards. And that would help motivate me to study, because I was like, oh, if I study for 2 hours, then I get to watch something I want. And four, remind yourself of your progress. So always remember where you started and how far you've come. That's really motivating. And five, visualize your end goal. So I always think about my dream school and getting in, and them calling me to tell me that I got in and how that would feel. And that's been incredibly motivating. Six, I have exercise, but I'm not consistent. I actually hate exercising, but I try to. I've been doing stretches every day, and that helps. So when I'm inconsistent, it's okay. But exercise is so amazing for just a dopamine. It's super motivating, and it just like starts your day right, or even ends your day right if you do it in the afternoon. It also gives you a lot of energy. Seven, don't wait for tomorrow. I read this book by Mel Robbins, and it was the 5-second rule. And she was saying that she counts down from 5, and then she doesn't give her brain an opportunity to talk her out of things. So if she's like hitting snooze, she'll just count down from 5 and get up. And I started doing it for like everything, and that helps so much, because before I would just procrastinate. 8, use different study methods. So I think we talked about this just earlier. If you're too tired to study, then maybe watch a video or even listen to a podcast. I find that really helpful. And 9, escape the endless scroll. I use apps like Forest and Flipped. I think Ariel talked about this as well, that she uses Forest. I always find when I'm studying, I get distracted and I want to like look something random up on my phone for no reason. And I've been using the Forest app. So when I pick up my phone, I can't open it because the Forest app is on. And 10, trick your brain into thinking studying is fun. So I used to hate reading comprehension, like hate it. It was so boring and I never wanted to do it. And so I read, I think it was the Power Score Reading Comprehension Bible. And they talked about how just telling yourself that what you're about to do is interesting, even if you don't believe it, will start to make it interesting. And I started doing that for reading comprehension. I'd just be like, oh my God, I can't wait to read this interesting passage. But it wasn't true. But eventually my brain started to think that it was, and I didn't hate it as much. 11, what's Steve's motivation playlist? Oh, sorry. So I really like the Rocky ones and the Elle Woods ones. If Elle Woods can do it, so can you. That's super motivating. I watch it almost every day now, because when I got my January results, I had no motivation to study, and that's the only thing that kept me going. 12, keep going. Last week, I think it was Thursday, when Judy was instructing us in LR, she talked about how she studied for 15 months. And I just thought that was, before she said that, I thought it was a long time. I had been studying for almost 5 months, and I'm like, when does it end? But just hearing how long she studied just gives me hope that it's okay. I can study for a year, Like her score was incredible. If I get anywhere close to that in a year, I'd be happy. Yeah, so those are my motivation hacks. Hope that's helpful. And if you guys have any of your own, you can share it with me. That'd be great. Test anxiety. So I have a lot of test anxiety. I normally get like super nauseous and I could hear my heart pounding and my palms get sweaty. And I found ways to deal, and I will share those with you. So the first one is mindfulness meditation. I'm inconsistent, but when I do it, I do find it really helpful, as well as breathing exercises. I like the Huff breathing technique. I now do it every single day. And I feel like if I don't do it one day, my day isn't as productive. 3, replicating test day conditions. This was really helpful when I was preparing for the January test, just doing the test in the same exact place that I was going to take the actual test. And just that was really great. And also having a pre-test routine. I would wake up, do my stretches, have breakfast, clean my room, whatever, and then start studying. And I did the exact same thing on test day, and it went great. Until I got my score, of course. And 5, take practice tests at the same time as your scheduled tests. So once you get your time scheduled, do all your practice tests at the same time. So then your brain gets used to it. So on test day, it's like, oh, just another practice test. And 6, prepare for the worst on test day. So just prepare that the test is going to be super hard. That way, if it happens, you're okay. Or a super hard like game or passage, you'll be fine. 7, get enough sleep. That's so important. You don't want to be tired and then drink too much coffee and then you're all jittery. And 8, eat before your test. You don't want to be hungry and then you're distracted. And 9, test day checklist. So I had a checklist of things that I wanted to do before the test, like cover up my TV, to get the books out of my room, clear my desk, stuff like that, put the landline on silent. So just having a list to make sure I didn't miss anything was great. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.